Greetings to you, curious minds. May I introduce myself? Czarna Panna, quite a crazy Eurovision fan.
First, I'd like to clarify that I'm from Belarus, but I'm not going to talk about Alexeyev or Samoylova. There's been lots about them on the internet already. At the beginning, I'd like to raise the following topic. What's the actual difference between the points given by the jury and us, the televoters? Well, voting has always been the problem of Eurovision.
Could I have your votes, please?
I don't have it.
Yeah? Thank you very much.
At least since the moment the viewers were given the right to vote. And then there appeared lots of questions. Either the neighboring countries start voting for each other, or forget about each other due to some political reasons. Anyway, every year somebody takes offense. Recently, the voting system has undergone several changes. The first is that we can see now the jurors vote separately from the TV voters. Well, of course, we must agree that it's much more interesting to wait up until the end to find out who the winner is, rather than know it already and there are 10 more countries to vote. But in the very first year of these updates, we could see that, well, tastes differ. Just let's remember Poland. I wasn't quite into the song, but I could pretty much understand why the TV voters gave 222 points, while I was completely taken aback by the fact that the jury gave only 7. Next year in Kiev, the situation was completely upside down, but this time for Australia.
Don't mistake me, my love runs deep, but it don't come easy, it don't come cheap.
If the jurors were generous enough to grant him 171 points, the televoters gave him just 2. This year, it seems that the jury and the televoters decided to have a free fight with each other. Boy, was there quite enough jaw-dropping, pinching oneself and feeling one's pulse. At first, quite a few of us tried to recall what was so special about the Austrian song.
Would be right let you go, running away from love, ain't nobody but you. I can hold on to.
Then, a lot were puzzled why such a sweet girl from Australia and George Michael's reincarnation
Just trying to have myself a time, so I just don't care if you mind.
This is exactly what impression I had after the performance of the Swedish artists were thrown to the end of the line. But after that, the list kept on growing. Ukraine, Denmark, Albania, Italy. The gap in points is shocking. And if I'd support the jury in Evgen's case, in all of the rest, I'd rather ask, have you gone nuts? Well, alright, you ranked Austria first. Yes, his vocal is wonderful, and the song sounded very much like a gospel. But did Ukraine really deserve the last position? Everyone highlights that vocally Eurovision has been really strong this year. Well, I will agree with that. But out of the 26 performances we saw in the final, it was for Ukraine to be the last? No guys, I won't buy it. Now, I'll go through the countries whose jury points were, to put it mildly, very strange. In my previous video, I've shown what was the exact gap in points between the jury's vote and the televote. If anyone hasn't seen it, you'll see the link on this video as well as in the description section below. There's been lots of speculation about how you could get such a gap. This is why I'll give you a brief account of my personal opinion on the most despicable cases. Ukraine. Theory number 1, that was a punishment for the last year, when Ukraine, as the host country, didn't let in the representative of Russia. P.S. Personally, I prefer to respect the laws of the country I'm going to visit. Theory number 2, the curse of a male contestant. Men representatives from Ukraine hadn't gone to high positions. There's even another theory, which I'll be talking about in the next video, so if you don't want to miss it, subscribe to my channel. Italy. Theory number 1, the jury have some instruction not to send Eurovision to this country. The reasons might be numerous. It's fair to remember Il Volo, who won the televote but were out of the jury's top 5. Theory number 2, the jurors were taken aback by the aggressive vibes from Fabrizio.
Non mi avete fatto niente, non mi avete tolto niente. Questa è la mia vita che va avanti, oltre tutto, oltre la gente.
Austria. Well, this is my biggest how. How could the same song and the same artist get almost equal amount of points in the semi-final, and then in the final the gap would be already 200 points? As if all the countries from the other semi-final were ready and waiting, oh let us please vote for him. And there were a lot of countries from the first semi-final who considerably raised their votes. But how? The maximum from the televoters was 10 points from one country, while the jury gave 12 points 9 times. I don't want to belittle the song or César's voice, but honestly, I had a feeling that they wanted to divert the votes from the leaders, and that's why they chose Austria. Sweden. There was some bouncing in all of its sense. From the gap of 88 points in the semi-final to 232 in the final, I have only one theory. Sweden wants it all. How many times has it been highlighted that Sweden is only one victory away from Ireland? And don't you forget the number of Swedish songwriters and producers at Eurovision, as if there was something like, you give us points and we'll write a good song for you next year.
But this is only my guesswork. And what are your thoughts about it? Share your ideas in the comment section below this video, hit the like button if it appeals to you, and subscribe if you don't want to miss more from me. See ya!